Good morning everyone, good day, welcome back to my channel. Now before I start talking about what we need to talk about, I like to apologize for being late today, and I have a good reason for it. So yesterday when you were watching my unboxing review of this product, and I did with you this roses. So when you were watching this video, and I've read your comments, and lots of you was interested to see how this cross stitching will look like, and some of you suggested that maybe I should stitch maybe one rose. Somebody suggested maybe I should stitch this teacup, okay, like maybe like, you know, this element or some kind of rose. So basically that's what I did yesterday, and to 3 o'clock in the morning I was stitching all day long, on and off, in the middle of, you know, doing a home stuff around house. But I started to stitch this rose, and this rose is a big rose right in here on the pattern. You can see the one that kind of like laying on a table next to the vase in a teacup. And I wanted to finish so badly because this would show you better kind of this cross stitch was questionable, because like no brand of the cross stitching. And you know, if I will remind you the two images, what, like for example in here, what should be and have this look like. For example, those two roses that laying on the table, they look very, very different. One look very nice and pink, like a baby pink, soft pink, and here more like a harsh colors, more darker. So I wanted to see. Also we did this you testing here on those two, not two but three water markers that's supposed to be, if you doing a cross stitching on counted fabric, it's supposed to be water wash later marking if you like to mark your canvas. So we did on this canvas. So now, since you already watched this video, I would say I put those marking on the canvas maybe about 1 week ago, because I did pre-recorded that my unboxing video. So we should see the results about this markers on the canvas, because it is important. So let me show you what I stitched yesterday for all day. And I still did not finish rose, because this rose is big. If I would say it's a square, was more than was probably 3,000 full stitches, and obviously I did not manage to finish them, but I stitch a lot, and you can tell, let me bring you close to the canvas. Okay, if I show you from this side, I even finished it, went a little bit further to the teacup, but this is it. This is the rose that we did with you, and this is how it looks like. So I have to say the rose brighter than in here, so I'm happy about that. Not as baby pink, like for example, well, I would say pretty much similar to what in here. If I can show you one more time, very, very close to the shot, kind of like a baby pink. So maybe this image does a little bit more like this one. If we look on this rose and this rose, you can tell that, look how dark in here petals, but here is much brighter. And by the way, all this kind of like a light purplish color, that's the thread I'm stitching right now. So all this thread will fill in all this light spots. The green in here that I did not finish, only it's another pink color. If you could look in here, it's a seeping through green. You see where is green kind of coming out? That's the, oh, for example, like right in here, you can see green coming out. So that's the color will be in here, light color pink as well. So I have to say that yes, this image will look better than the preview picture. It's only like for me, when I stitched this dark color in here, I was like, whoa, because first I stitched all the light colors, because basically I didn't know which color I will pick. I just grab a symbol and go. And when I stitched this dark one, I start to think that, oh, that's a lots of dark pink. I mean, very like saturated. Is it gonna be good or not? But after I added a little bit of the lighter pink around the dark one, then I can see that it's kind of like a smoothed out image totally together. For example, like this darker pink went around this bright pink, and together they kind of created that inside shade and petals of these roses. So I have to say that it will be brighter, so I'm happy about this. The other rose that I could review, it's kind of concerning me. Is it going to be this yellow, like in here? See, like it's almost like orange brown roses. But on a preview in here, we have, where is the preview? On the preview we have almost like a white roses. Well, in here they kind of like white to yellowish, but not as dark as here. So maybe next rose I will take some of this little one, maybe if I would look on a picture in here, 2 roses in here, so I would do maybe smaller rose. This one was way too big to finish in one day, but I almost did it, this one just the color of the shadow left on the table, and of course it would be interesting to see the leaf itself, but I just wanted to see the color of the rose, and I'm glad to say that it is going to be a lighter. Now let's move to the point of the symbols that got me a little bit stuck. If you can see the symbols, and I will bring you more close to me. Look at this. Look how light this pink in here, and of course next to a DMC code in here, you see this one 3865. We can even see the color, how light in here. So I believe this one color would be this background in here, and if we would look sideways, this is a little bit troubling because the same colors in here on a pattern as well, and the first colors is symbols, and second column of colors it's the regular threads colors. So whatever is DMC code, that's a middle line color of them. But if I would have a similarity, for example, pink square in here, pink square in here as symbol, and then if I go here first one pink too, because it's not very kind of similar colors in here. And then we have in here purple and a little bit darker purple. If I look on a canvas in here, look at those colors is almost like washed out, and I was really confused if this is the one color that I'm stitching right now in this purple spots. I hope I'm doing right, because if we look by the pattern in here, look at this, there is a one shade pink, then the other color, and then bright purple. So these two are so close to each other that I was hoping I did not make mistake, and that's the right color I'm stitching right now. If I can we get close? Oh, sorry about that. My purple stitches will, that's the color I'm creating right now, this bright color on this one. So hopefully that's the right color I'm doing, because in here I was like, whoa, I barely even can see this color, see how it's washed out. So I went to my pattern in here and I look, and I was like, okay, it looks like it's this purple color that I see on my paper up there, 963. And then I look to my rows. Please tell me that's the color you see, this purplish color on my rows. I think it is. So I think I'm right, but I mean, a little bit confusing, this boxes. And because Joy Sunday, we can go from, this is not Joy Sunday, this is no brand cross stitch. So if Joy Sunday would have in here symbols on a canvas, would be different symbols. So now I'm thinking, okay, I actually like that Joy Sunday have a different symbols in here and not the same as here, because if you cannot read symbol in here, here would be different, and that would be easier to find that symbol on a canvas because of the color. So symbols is easy to find, but the colors is really kind of like almost disappearing. Now another thing about disappearing, we made with you test of this pants, right? And I created those pants line right in here on the corner. You can see there was 3 lines, but left 2. One color disappeared, and that was the color the most brighter when we did marking with you. So first color, this beautiful pink, turned into the brown line. Purple color was in the middle. I can't even see, I don't know, can you see any leftovers of the purple? Maybe slightly marking in here, like it's barely nothing. So I'm surprised that only less than a week maybe purple color disappear on its own. So can you imagine you would spend hours and hours marking your canvas, and a week later you stitch and all your marking gone. And you have to do it again. Now, as I said, blue was my favorite because nice and bright color, and I have different pen that I purchased at Walmart, blue ink. And we can see in here blue, as I did marking, it stays in here. It's even seep a little bit through the, we can see a little bit line going from the other side, because I didn't even push very hard. Purple was, I did like even twice I did marking, it disappeared. Blue stays, and beautiful pink, I'm kind of disappointed that it's not bright pink as it was. It turned literally kind of like the brown color, you see that. So now my question is, Okay, purple disappear on its own. Will be this color washable or not? We will find out. How we find out? I have with me paper towel. Let me zoom out a little bit. I will put this paper under, and I have another piece of paper that I already make a wet, and hopefully water not will be seep to my print. Hopefully not. I will, just like this, I will tap kinda my wet paper on the top, and hopefully this will make my ink disappear. I don't know if this will work or not, because basically you need to wash your oh yeah, it is working. Okay, see, all blue color disappear, and this line is kind of touching it from here. Now when I make a wet, I can see my purple line show up in here. So now is it gonna be go away? Let me press a little bit more and hold them. I want to see if the pink and purple will be gone as well. I don't know if it will go as fast or not, and if this will go or not. Yeah, the pink go away very, I mean blue go away very easy. Even on this side I can see blue lines. So let me move to the dry side in here, because my concern is to have this other color being removed. So yes, that's what I was doing yesterday all day long, and I was so tired, and I actually had a bad headache for half of the day. Catherine have a headache. I don't know, or the weather was outside not very convenient for our heads, but we both suffer with the migraines. But I decided I am not gonna give up, because you wanted to see results, and I wasn't kinda didn't want to record video of diamond painting because I had a headache. So I just wanted to stay off the camera and try as much as possible to finish the rose, and hopefully, you know, to show you the full product. But yeah, I did a little bit late, and when I finished my test, and I feel like I'm falling asleep, and I was like, oh, it's so little left, and I still did not finish, and I did not record video. But that would be way too long for me to stay another hour till I upload video. So I decided just, you know, to put this little post on a YouTube article that I will be late, and I appreciate that you waited. Okay, this okay, I will be dabbing out wetness now, so the water don't seep further into my canvas. I have to say that that purple was kind of a little bit even more stubborn with the pink. Okay, I think canvas now almost dry. Okay, I'm glad we tested out with you this pencils. Okay, that's a little paper stuck. Yeah, okay. So a little bit, no, I think it's gone. What you see, it's like a watermark right now, right? Because it's wet. But all lines is gone. The blue one came out so fast. Pink went a little bit more harder, and purple was funny that it's actually appear after we made it wet, but they do gone, they do disappear. But my favorite will be to use, of course, it's blue, still will be blue, as it stays nice and bright like this one ink. And the other ones I will just let maybe Catherine to play with. Well, still you can use this one. I just didn't like the idea that it's turned into brown and not beautiful pink color as I would expect, right? Blue, good. Now some other time, because it's a pack of 4 you will buy, I think you can find pencils that like just by 1 color. So I will be testing this one on my black canvas some other time. For now, I'm just glad I did this test, and blue came out pretty good. See, like 1 on the back, 1 on the front, as it was, yeah, it came out really nice. So that's what was my test about, and I hope you all will be appreciate this little bit inconvenience from my video a little bit late and from my video a little bit short, but I really wanted to see. So what do you think about this rose? You can visually see that it is lighter, right? So I'm happy about this. And my next will be kind of, maybe I even do a little bit color in here, because that brown wall is really bothering me, because it's supposed to be very nice and natural woody, kind of in pinkish colors, not in brown. So this will be another. So obviously very often preview is not accurate color because I'm an ink printer. So if yeah, if inks are very strong, the picture could be saturated and wrong, and I think that's what we went with this preview. That's really confused me, because the canvas itself of course looks like it's going to be much better. So what I will do today, okay, since I recorded this today and you will see this video today, now I don't have a video yet for tomorrow, and I will be diamond painting for you tomorrow, because I want to show you how much I did progress on my roses. I did a lot of diamond painting on my roses after I finish a recording video with you, and I will show you something else. So it's going to be kind of like a maybe mix video, I don't know. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for you know, suggested to do review on this canvas first a little bit, and oh my god, that big canvas, everybody fall in love with the cottage of my dream. Remember we named that canvas? Yes, that is a gorgeous, I agree, and definitely I will be stitching that one. Plus I did start at one more canvas. If you follow me on Instagram, you already saw the preview that I've been working. It's another canvas from Joy Sunday. Yes, that's it. So this canvas is from Fansells. I believe it will be better than it looks in here. I like how my rose look in here. So I will be working. Oh, by the way, let me show you. Thank goodness I did not finish yet. You can see there is no marking. Oh, as much as I did not want to do 2 clips editing together, because this will take longer, I didn't pay attention on my camera and it's already stopped. So now I will have to wait longer to edit my video longer. But I wanted to show you, since we already starting again, I will show you how I stitch, because you can see that there's no marking from the hoop or frame. I did stitch this in my hands in 2 stitches, and that's why I created more stitches, because I was doing in 2. How I did, like, this canvas is really stiff, and usually this kind of canvas is really hard to put in a hoop, especially For the stiff canvases like this, I would recommend to order frame. Frame much easier to put on this kind of canvases. How I stitch, I did like this. I will show you how I did. I roll this side. I roll like this. Okay, you will see it. That's it. And I was doing my stitching like this in 2 stitches, like this. So my stitching in here not will be perfect and beautiful, but for me was not about quality of my stitching in here. I wanted to finish fast because I wanted to see the results of this. So that's how I was stitching in 2 stitches. Here is my back and how it's look like. I try to wave on the back so I don't have a big colors like a thread hanging down, but also all colors in here kind of like, you know, connected with each other. So that's how I was stitching, and that's how you can stitch. And you can do, because when I grew up, my mom always used to stitch in her hands, but she was just like crumping up like this, right? Crumble canvas in her hands and do it. But that was like a soft canvas because not printed. Always we did or embroidery on a regular fabric sheets or on a regular Aida that is a soft fabric. So this one, tough one, it's easier to do this way and keep going. So yeah, when it's like on this side beginning, I'm literally just holding like this and stitching. So it's easy. If you don't have a hoop or frame, you can do like I did, right in your hand. And I don't know, my stitching here you can see, maybe not exactly perfectly flat and gorgeous, but here you can see how they look like if I stitch in my hands. Not very horrible, but not as perfect if would be on a hoop. And because the fabric are very, very stiff, my stitches didn't crumble up canvas as I thought would be, like, you know, pulling. I think it's still not bad, just because of the stiffness of this canvas. So the threads still layer nice even when I hold in my hands. Okay, I hope this will help for many of you to decide if you still want this or not. I really was hoping this would be a Joy Sunday, but it's not. So if you can find it in Joy Sunday, that would be probably much easier to stitch, and probably result will be good too. But I believe this one still will look good. So we will still continue, since now I have another start, you know. I will be stitching this one, and I think for this particular cross stitching I'm not going to even bother to put in a hoop or a frame. This is the only canvas I think I will be stitching in my hands. Since I start from beginning, I will be finishing this way and see how fast I can finish. All depends how many days I will be stitching, because in 2 stitches like I just show you, it's you double in speed. Obviously with the frame you have to go up, pull down, pull up, pull. So you have to count every single half stitch. In here you creating a half stitch in one shot. So you speeding up your process of cross stitching twice faster. So that's what I will be continue to do in my hands and see how fast I can do it. So yeah, I think that's what I will do. And because I will be holding this in my hands, you know, if I would hold in my hands in here, so it's mean this side always will be rubbing with my hand, right? So if I would be stitched from this side and rub and hold, so my hand would be rubbing in my threads stitches already that I finish. So I would recommend, if you are holding with your left hand fabric like I do, start from the very beginning in here, and I will be starting probably this. I don't know if I want to, no, I still will go to explore one more rows in here and a little bit square of this, because obviously it's all, see, like a stripy area. So I will just take like 100 stitches maybe and see how this will look like. But in here later I will start from the very corner, because this is a full stitch, and this light color is, what is it, 42 basically, can't even see it. Oh yeah, it will be this one, 3865. It's a cream white color kinda. So I will be starting from here. Pretend I already stitched in here, I stitched my rows, so every time I unroll, I am not touching these threads anymore, I'm just continue stitching here, so this part not getting rubbing off. And if you have a very big long canvas, let's pretend, and you already stitched this part, you can roll your stitched part, right, even cover with a little bit slight of fabric and make a pins from both sides, so to cover your stitched area, and you just working next and next, go this way, right? All right, talk too much on half an hour talk. All right, now I have to quickly upload this video so you can watch, and I will look forward to your comments to see what you think about this rose. Is it convinced to you they will be beautiful or not? And here it is, our test on a pencil marking, all gone, so you don't have to worry. If you will use, the marking will be disappear. So I think 1 week for test, that's good enough to test on a fabric. If this would be like months and months on a fabric, then of course it still will be disappear in the soapy water, you know, warm soapy water. And I do have tutorials how to wash printed canvases. And somebody asked me if I do have some tutorials for beginners. Yes, I believe I have like 2 good videos. Definitely I have a video, and that's the most watched video, tutorials for beginners, how to stitch on printed canvas, and also how to wash printed canvas. So watch for those videos if you are interested, if you are beginner. All right, I'm going to upload now this video, and thank you very much for your patience, everybody. See you tomorrow.